Unfortunately, it's been a little bit quiet on the transfer side of things. So today I thought, why not make an appreciation video for Ryan Gravenberch? Because I read a piece earlier this morning from an interview that Ryan Gravenberch's dad gave talking about his time at Bayern Munich and how difficult it was, how depressed he was, how he never really felt like he got given the chance there. Obviously when he was breaking through at Ajax, he was this outstanding talent. And it's a big shift to go from Ajax to Bayern Munich, of course, and he didn't get many minutes at Bayern, and it can be really difficult in that moment, when you're young and you're trying to prove yourself to the world and certain managers don't believe in you or you don't get your opportunity. It's hard to kind of keep believing, and apparently the fact that his parents were there was absolutely crucial for him, for his mental health, because it was a really, really difficult time for him, given how much he loves football and how important football is for him. But I just think it's so beautiful, these stories in football, to truly never give up, because he said it was like a heaven move for him to the Arne Slot, as well, not Arne Slot. First, it was Jurgen Klopp that brought him in, that Liverpool showed interest. And obviously, the first season, it was a little bit difficult for him. He struggled with some injuries. He was in and out of the team. But the transformation that we've seen under Arne Slot is just unbelievable, the way he's gone the best out of him. And I would say he's in our top three most important players. Like, genuinely, I feel very, very confident that for me, our top three players, where if you remove them from our team, you'd see the biggest shift in terms of weakness coming out because of how important they are for our side. And for me, it's Mohamed Salah, the leader at the back, our captain, how good he is defensively, but also just how he organizes the defense. Then in the midfield, Gravenberch, because I don't think we have another six that can do what he can do. The how smooth he is on the ball and receiving it and transition. And then more importantly, because we play such a high line, there'll be counterattacks. The way he's really our sole number six, more defense-minded midfielder. And look how Slot even now started to move him to defense sometimes in preseason. I hope that doesn't happen, because we need him in that sixth position. But I just think it's so beautiful how he went from struggling at Bayern to now becoming this hugely important player for Liverpool Football Club. And I think the last two games against Bournemouth and Crystal Palace, we conceded a combined 4 goals from the last two games. I think it would be a different story had Gravenberch been there. A lot of people are saying, oh, our defense is shaky, this and that, but I think not having a natural six is something you really feel, and he was just so good last season. Obviously the Premier League Young Player of the Season, but I absolutely adore him, and I think we're so lucky that we found him, but also it just felt like one of those things where it was just the right moment, because once Slot came in, he transformed him, He wasn't really our defense. When he initially came in at Liverpool, we thought he was more of an 8. We weren't really sure of the type of midfielder he was, don't forget. Now it seems evident, but back then we weren't really that sure. And now he's just this, has such a defined role within our team that, like I said, nobody else can do. And that's why I think him, Virgil, and then the third player I was thinking of was Mohamed Salah on the right wing. He delivers creatively, but also in terms of just pure goal scoring. Nobody else can do what he does in our team, and that's why for me, Gravenberch is in the top three most. You could say Alisson arguably, but now we have Maradashvili, and Kelleher in previous seasons was so good that even when Ali was out, we managed to kind of keep going. Whereas I think if Gravenberch were to miss the first 2-3 months of the season, we would be in trouble. And not to say Alisson isn't so crucial, but what I mean is in previous years, I think we saw when he was injured, we could still go on a winning run, and whereas Gravenberch, I think, is just both, but just so instrumental again, he has such a specific capacity that I think very few can do, and I'm so glad that he's back, especially for the next game. Newcastle away, St. James Park. It's going to be so intense. The atmosphere, the Newcastle fans absolutely hate us, and it's going to be loud. Monday night kickoff. The fans will be at the pub before, and we need someone who's controlling, who's calm in the midfield, and that's why I think our two holding midfielders surely are going to be Gravenberch and Maka, because they have that kind of defensive stability to them, and when you play in those tough away games in the Premier League, you really need those players, so that is going to be such a big boost for us, the fact that he's back, because he's just perfect for us and how we play under Arne Slot. But yeah, guys, what have you made of kind of Gravenberch's transformation since he moved to the club? And do you, like me, value him so highly, and how important he is to us playing our best football and keeping clean sheets and winning football games and beating the best teams in the world? I really think he is so important. And looking back to next last summer, thank God we didn't sign Zubamendi. You know, even though he is a very good player, if we had signed Zubamendi and it was a big price tag, I'm not so sure Gravenberch would have gone this chance, you know, and he really grasped that chance, and he was one of our best players last season. I hope we don't run him into the ground like we did last season, because he looks so tired towards the end. But man, when he's on his game, and he was on his game for basically all of last season, like I said, one of the best at what he does in the world, you know, and he's now also instrumental for the Dutch national team. So he's just, the way he's risen in the last year is just unbelievable to see. And like I said, it's just, for me, it's those beautiful storylines that you see within football, which really are kind of bigger than life. To never give up and to keep believing in yourself, because sometimes you're just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and you got to keep pushing. And you know, just the shift from Bayern to Liverpool is just crazy, and it just, you love to see it. You know, you absolutely love to see it. But yeah, guys, let me know if you're also a big Gravenberch lover, and yeah, hopefully transfer news otherwise will really pick up on the Mark Gahey and Alexander Isak news, because it looks like Newcastle still need to bring in, they can't bring in a freaking striker. It looks like Wisa is the one they're trying to get over the line right now, but Brentford are asking for a lot. So I don't know what's going to end up happening with that, but definitely it looks like they need to bring in strikers before they sell Isak. So let's see what ends up happening. Let's see. We got to stay patient. I'm patient because I already think our team is unbelievable, so I'm leaving myself to some beautiful surprises, hopefully towards the end of the window. But anyways, guys, have a beautiful rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Up the Reds. You'll never walk alone, guys.